My next question is for Robbie. Robbie, do you see yourself maybe having an advantage because he has taken some time off, and he is coming off a loss, and you coming off an impressive victory?
No, I don't look at that as an advantage. Sometimes taking time off, you come back stronger. You are able to look at what you need to work on, and you're fresher when you come into the fight. So it all depends on the individual and how they train. So it's not a benefit or either way. So I'm ready to go. That's all I can control.
All right, thank you, guys. I wish you best of luck.
Thanks.
We have a lot of people on this call, media. If you'd like to ask a question, consider this your 2-minute warning. So please, if you have a question, punch in and we'll go to closing comments. Babalu, what would you say your strengths are going into this fight, your advantages?
Well, normally you can say my submission skills, but Lawler, as everybody knows, is a good wrestler too, and I think my biggest advance right now, that's what I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they have any advance. I mean, I just trained him, but I just can't control what I did and I tried. I mean, I want to try to get in June 16 to healthy and better mentally prepared as I can, and just over there to get the job done and come back to my house and kiss my family. That's it.
Okay. And I'll ask the same question for Robbie. Robbie, what are your strengths or what do you feel are your advantages going into this fight?
I don't really want to talk about my advantages, but I feel as my strengths are, I'm mentally prepared. I'm ready to go. I'm physically ready to go, and I've been training real hard. Babalu is a really good opponent. He's fought everyone, it seems like, at different weights. So he'll be ready to go, and I'm ready to go.
Okay. Operator, do we have any questions in queue?
There are no questions, but as a reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, you may do so by pressing *1 on your telephone keypad. Once again, *1.
Actually, I have a question. James Hahn from Showtime Sports. This question is for Babalu. Babalu, your last fight against Musashi came about roughly 3 months after the birth of your daughter. I'm wondering if that played into your training for that fight. If it did, have you become more acclimated to kind of balancing your family life with your training, and how has that changed your motivation for this fight?
Well, I mean, everybody has a newborn son at home, sometimes they melt you down, then kick you sleep off.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now my daughter's 1 year old. She has the amazing time, and I have more time on myself. My wife has more time on herself to take care of the kids, and then he let him she gave me more space to prepare more. But I think the last time, honestly, because all the things happening with affliction and if the fight got canceled and blah blah blah, there's no excuse to me. I lost the fight. I got my ass kicked. That's what it is. And now I'm gonna come back and do my best. That's the truth.
Okay, great. I have one more question for you, Babalu. You've said numerous times that you're not happy with the number of fights that you've been given thus far, that you'd like to fight more frequently. How many times, ideally, a year would you like to fight?
I mean, if you're not getting injured, you can fight every week. But, I mean, I used to fight, and in the back of if you see my resume, you're going to see I have been fighting 12 times in 1 year and in the back of days. But I mean, I think honestly, for me, 4 months that's the perfect. You can take 2 weeks off after fight and come back to train again, and that's it. I don't know if that's possible, but that's the best. That's the dream. That's what it should be.
Okay, great. That's it. Thank you, Babalu.
We do have a question from Brad Wharton with MMA Bay.
Hi guys, this is a question for Scott. With regards to doing a show at the E3 Video Games Conference, do you see the video games market as an important crossover market for Strikeforce? And do you see this possibly becoming a yearly thing if the EA MMA game takes off?
Well, I'm not sure if it'll be an annual, project that we do. It's a very unusual show in the sense that it's a Wednesday night, and I am corrected that it is 11 o'clock both on the East Coast and on the West Coast. So it'll be a 11 p.m. Start time. But we had the opportunity now. EA's game is going to launch here in October. We have a very good relationship. They've been very good about providing a lot of support, and now finally getting some graphics and some elements of the actual show integrated into the broadcast. So you'll see some stuff on the show that I think is going to be pretty cool. But something that we do every year, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but for this one, we'll just take it and see how it goes. But I will tell you, being in LA, I think it's going to be important to us in the future, and we will definitely be back in the area, but maybe not just in conjunction with the E3 and the EA Sports launch.
Okay, one last question. You mentioned earlier about the new format for the show with some of the Challengers guys and some of the top stars of Strikeforce. Could this be a regular format for Strikeforce going forward?
I'll tell you, traditionally, it's very clear if you look at some of our big shows like the St. Louis show, from top to bottom, we put on, 5 big fights and pretty stacked card from top to bottom. And then the Challengers, we're always looking for the new guy or looking forward to building stars and the Challengers to graduate up to the big show. And traditionally, the Challengers are in venues of, 4,000 to 5,000 people, and the big shows are in the venues of, 10 to 12, sometimes 14,000 people, depending on the fight. So it's a much different business model. It's a much different fan experience. It's a much different, overall fight experience. So I would think that you might see it, but it'll probably be, far and few between. I think that from our perspective, we enjoy having the big fights, the Showtime, big fights on the Saturday night and the Challengers on Friday night. And this was something that was just a very unique opportunity, and the hybrid show I think works, and fans will be able to come and get a sampling of the event and get a sampling of Strikeforce on Showtime, and then they can all tune in.
Yeah, thanks for your time, guys, and good luck with the show.
Thank you.
Operator, do we have any other questions in queue?
There are no other questions.
Okay, we'll go to some closing comments. We'll start with Babalu.
Oh, thanks everyone to give your time. Thanks to all the media. Thanks Scott. Thanks Rob. Thanks Richard. Thanks everyone to handle this. And I'm looking forward for next Wednesday, and we'll be there ready to fight. And make sure everybody goes to Ticketmaster and get the ticket.
Okay, thanks Babalu. Robbie?
I'd like to thank the media for giving us their time. Thanks, Strikeforce, for putting us together, and that's about it.
Okay, great. Obviously, everyone at Strikeforce and Showtime are excited about the Wednesday, June 16th card, the first of 2 Strikeforce cards and Showtimes in 10 days, with the big card on June 26th in San Jose. So it's going to be a big week, a big month in June for all of us involved. Scott, do you have any closing comments?
Yeah, I'd like to just invite everybody to come down to the event, and if you can, Megan, come. You can always tune in and watch it on Showtime. It's 11 o'clock start, and again, you said we have a very busy month with Showtime, and to have Fedor fighting Fabricio Verdum on Showtime, where people can tune in for free on the 26th. We're very excited to host that event. That's going to be a big show, and everybody's talking about Fedor, but let me tell you something. I think people underestimate Fabricio in this fight, and I tell you, he beat Fedor's brother. He beat Alistair Overeem, who's our current champion back in Pride, I believe, and then he just currently beat Giant Silva, who had just had a great win over Andrei Arlovsky. I mean, this guy has fought the best in the world, and I think it's going to be a great fight. And tune into Showtime to watch both fights.